All right, Karl Rove joins us, former President George W. Bush, senior advisor, and, of course, a Fox News contributor. We're going to talk to you, Karl, about what Blake was reporting on the shutdown threat. But I do, because it's our top story today, want to get your take on the Fed. They raised interest rates earlier. That was in the day. That was expected. And, of course, President Trump's been quite vocal in his criticism of Jay Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman. I don't think he's tweeted yet, but I'm sure might get something. Yeah, it is early, tonight or tomorrow on that. And what's your impression been of how openly critical the president has been of the Federal Reserve Chairman?
Well, it's not the first time a president has been critical of Fed Chairman. We've had this in the modern era a number of times. This president has been unusually critical of Powell, however, and in a way, the more you criticize an institution that is supposed to be independent, the more likely it's going to be to assert its independence.
Right.
And I think we saw a little bit of that today with Powell saying we're going to raise rates. They did change their guidance going forward, but I think between the president's comments and the Fed's reaction, and then also the Fed chairman also made it clear they're not going to stop the winding down of their very large balance sheet run up in the aftermath of the financial crisis.
That's right, and that's something maybe that markets were a little bit upset with. Now, but to your point, even if the president's right, and there are a lot of people who agree with his criticism of the policy, Federal Reserve, the Wall Street Journal editorial page, for example, yesterday, even if he's right, is your point that he could be shooting himself in the foot here? And again, I know Powell denies that there's any political influence, but, I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, look, sometimes things are better delivered in private than in public. If you're going to put put another political actor in a difficult place, better to sometimes do it in private rather than in public, because the Fed is very sensitive about its independence, and as are the financial markets. And in this instance, I don't know how much it entered into Powell's consideration, but I suspect it was a factor in moving forward at this time. But you're right. The Wall Street Journal editorial page, my former White House colleague, Dr. Larry Lindsey, who himself was a former Fed governor. Yep. All of them have made the case that this was a time for a different tack than the Reserve took.
All right, let me go back to the spending battle just for a moment, Karl. While Blake was talking about this deal in place that'll get us through up into February at the very least, what happened here with the White House? I mean, some would say, on the president's side, I'm sure some conservatives would say that the president's giving in here on his wall. What's going on?
Well, look, we have. First of all, let's put this in perspective. The federal budget is $4.407 billion. And we have a fight between the president, who wants $5 billion. Remember, that is 0.005 of a trillion. Versus the Senate Democrats, who say we'll give you $1.6 billion, which is, $3.4 billion difference, out of a $4.407 trillion budget. But you can't use any of it on the wall. And I just think this is all politics. The president is committed to a wall. He talked about it during his campaign. Senator Schumer in 2005 was one of the 80 members of the U.S. Senate who voted for the Secure Fencing Act, which authorized 700 miles of border wall and fencing. We have 650 of various sorts and variations. So, I mean, you could look at this and say, Mr. President, I'm Chuck Schumer. I voted for this 13 years ago, and we haven't finished the job. We ought to at least finish the job and go back and repair what needs to be repaired. But no, this is all about politics. Let's not kid ourselves. Schumer voted for this before. He was actually for it before he was against it, to paraphrase a former Democratic candidate for president. But, I mean, this is just absurd. And yet this is what we've come to in our reality show TV world that we live in Washington.
And then the Dems take the House anyway next year, so we're right back at it.
Yeah, well, how's that going to make for a better outcome for President Trump?
It's not, right? Karl, good to see you as always. Thank you very much for coming on. We appreciate it.